Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Abel Jets Virtual Group livestream. I'm your host, as always, Racing Falcon, founder and CEO of Abel Jets Virtual Group. Welcome to another livestream on a sunny day, on a sunny afternoon here in Lyon, Exupery International Airport in the southeastern region of France. For another livestream this evening rather, in my home country for the next few hours or so. Before we start this evening's live stream, I hope that you are all doing well wherever you are watching this live stream from. And yeah, it's a rather odd day to do a stream, isn't it? It's on a Monday evening, but unfortunately I think it's the only day sorry, let me rephrase it this way. I wasn't able to do any live streams yesterday because I had some work to be done in the evening, which necessitated me to do the live stream on Monday evening instead. On this occasion, we'll be flying an aircraft that we have flown quite rarely in these recent months, should I say, which is the PMDG 737-900ER in the Abel Jets MCC livery. For those of you who have been watching the live streams in this channel for the past year or so, you might notice that this was actually the first aircraft that we put into the stream. I think that was like earlier last year when we flew from Jakarta to Bali on a VATSIM event with Aldo Mampir, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, this is really the first aircraft, the first Boeing aircraft that we had for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. She's registered as Foxtrot Alpha Juliet Victor Alpha and bears the nose name of Amelie Schmidt. She operates, as mentioned, for Abel Jets MCC, which is the mainline subsidiary or mainline carrier of Abel Jets Virtual Group. If you saw another Abel Jets aircraft on our left hand side there, ladies and gentlemen, that was Lyon. He's also flying the exact same thing, another Abel Jets 737-900ER. EWS2B. That noise must have came from the Airbus is taxiing on the right hand side, as you can see. In this particular occasion, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be transporting another group of holidaymakers, but this time not from Hamburg in Germany. As I mentioned, we are currently sitting at Lyon Exupery International Airport. We'll be heading towards Corfu, Ioannis, Kapodistrias International Airport in Greece. Our block time is expected to take about 2 hours and 20 minutes, with an air time of 2 hours. And as I've mentioned, it's a rather sunny afternoon here in Lyon, but it wasn't that so 30 minutes ago or so, because it was very cloudy, but I left the simulator running to get some drinks for this afternoon's live stream, sorry, this evening's live stream. I'm quite confused to call it, whether to call it an afternoon live stream or an evening live stream, because in real time it is currently in the middle of the afternoon in France, but it's already the evening in the country where I live in. So that's quite a dilemma, isn't it? So yeah, the weather changed quite significantly into a much better one, as we can see here. As you can see, there goes Foxtrot Alpha Juliet Victor Alpha, which is also the, should I say, flagship of Abel Jets MCC for the narrow body mainliners. The 737-900ER, ladies and gentlemen, is also the first aircraft that we had in Wise Flight Simulator. Not necessarily the first aircraft, but the first aircraft that we repainted for the back then upcoming Fleet Pack 8.0, which has the you know Sunset 2 color schemes, the Sunset 2 livery, the purple and orange color gradients livery that we have nowadays. A stark contrast to our previous livery, which were, you know, essentially orange, yellow, and green, which has been discarded, which had been discarded for the past 5 or 6 years or so. It's really been a while. Alright folks, without further ado, let's jump into the flight deck of Foxtrot Alpha Juliet Victor Alpha. And there she goes. I've already done some of the electrical power up procedures, and I have also aligned the IRS there on top. But yeah, that's all about it. I haven't done any of the pre-flight procedures, which we are going to do momentarily with Cynthia there from FSD Crew. As you can see, we also got Lalu in the distance, also in an Abel Jets 737-900ER. Just behind that jetway. Let's load Exupery for our flight plan. There we go. Exupery has been synchronized. And we'll now import the flight plan into the aircraft's EFB and then to the FMC as well. As some of you might have noticed, I'm currently operating a Wing PFB3 and FMC unit, which I showcased its functionality I think last month during a stream in Brazil. Also with the PMDG 737, or I think that route was from I think that particular stream was conducted with the Dash 700 instead of the Dash 900ER. Just the shorter variant of the 737NG. We'll select the route then to the FMC, and we'll also set ourselves up with FSD Crew. So Cynthia, let's start setting up.
Let's start setting up.
Okay.
There she goes. Grid uplink is ready. I'll load the flight plan into the FMC. Through the data link. The LATL size has increased quite significantly to about 22 degrees centigrade now, which means we'll need to fire up the APU momentarily. Okay, activate the flight plan. There we go. Alternate destinations for this evening. Let's check that on Zoom While she does that, let's request catering service.
Catering vehicles are on their way.
There we go. Alternates will be number 1 Lima Golf Tango Sierra, then to Lima Golf Bravo Lima, and Lima Golf Papa Zulu. Go. Our departure this afternoon will take us from Lyon's runway 17 right, as we can see. We've got the sit pre-planned there via the Resort 8 Sierra departure. Just this one. To my memory, on the other hand, ladies and gentlemen, I think Lyon is situated not that far from Geneva in Switzerland, which was the starting point airport for one of our previous live streams to Croatia, I think that was, to Split, where we encountered a pretty significant lag during approach, which was quite hilarious for, you know, infuriating at the same time. Right, the bunch is going to take us from runway 17 right via the Resort 8 Sierra, wasn't it? Resort 8 Sierra, that's confirmed. Let's execute that. We'll do the performance init request for the FMC. Deco Cynthia testing the stick shakers. Let's see, what's the initial climb for this evening? Flight level 070. I'll put that on the altitude MCP, altitude selector panel.
I'm out for the walk around.
Roger. Alright. We'll now load the flight, aircraft performance data from the data link. Transition altitude. Check that. Get 5,000 feet as such. Just squawk 2,000 for the time being. We'll check the company frequency on 123.210 as usual, folks. In case that you want to join our group flight and want to communicate alongside us, as usual we are opening a company frequency on 123.210 MHz. So let's test the company frequency now to see if there is anyone on board. Company calling. Anyway, Lalu's not there yet, but he should be there momentarily, hopefully. Fingers crossed on that. Alright, on the other hand, I think we can also welcome Erica as usual. She'll be our purser for this evening's, this afternoon's, I keep saying evening, this afternoon's flight to Corfu, in the Greek islands. Hi Erica, welcome on board this afternoon's flight from Lyon to Corfu. I hope that you are doing well alongside with your crewmates. I'm looking forward for a smooth journey all the way to Corfu for this afternoon. As usual, if there is anything that goes out of the ordinary, please do let me know. Looking forward to work alongside you this afternoon. Thank you. Here you 555. Take it slowly.
Captain, I'm looking forward to a smooth flight as well. I'll keep you informed if anything comes up. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Abel Jets, Flight 39ER Lyon to Ioannis Kapodistrias. We are currently preparing for departure and expect a flight time of approximately 1 hour 50 minutes. Weather at our destination is pleasant with a temperature of around 22 degrees Celsius. Please ensure your seat belts are fastened and your seats are in the upright position. Thank you for choosing Abel Jets.
There she goes. It appears that we are now cleared for boarding. Just Erica has done her boarding announcement there. About 22 degrees outside. Let's just fire up the APU now. Firing up the APU, so we'll get the packs running. Your damper can come on. Oh, on the other hand, ladies and gentlemen, I've just remembered that the commercial simulation system 737 Classic is due to release hopefully in the next couple of days or so, to my memory. Yeah, I've seen some of the reviews and some of the live streams as well. The pre-release live streams, should I say. The aircraft looks promising in terms of the system step, although the texturing and, let's say, the modeling itself, or the 3D modeling of the aircraft itself can be, let's say, improved. But overall, it's quite a promising. Oh, sorry, it has quite a big potential. But there is one thing that kind of grinds my gears in terms of the aircraft, which is the pricing. Then it's like $120 for a lifetime license, which is essentially like the same the same pricing ratio as the Phoenix A320 family. And in the Phoenix A320 family, you will already get the base pack A320 itself, the A321, the A319, all of them with the wingtip fences or the shocklets options, minus the A319 because to my memory it doesn't have the shocklets option yet, but I think Phoenix is also developing that one. And 2 engine options for the A320 family, which are the IAEV 2500 and the more usual CFM56. The $120 price tag that commercial simulation systems, I think that's that's the name of the developer, the CSS is putting, it'll be worth that price if they release the whole say 737 Classic lineage. They are currently almost done with the Dash 500, but the $120 pricing will be worth it if they also develop or include the Dash 400, Dash 300, Dash 400 Freighter, Dash 300 Freighter, and the versions with and without the winglets. Otherwise, I don't think that the pricing would justify the current state of the aircraft, which is, I mean, acceptable in many ways, but it's just too expensive for the time being. But the good thing is they've got like the $5 monthly license in case you want to try out the aircraft, just to see how it works and if it really suits you or not, which is something that I appreciate. Yeah, Cynthia is still doing the pre-flight walk around. Start boarding process now. Go. E17 right. Current QNH. Now 1015.
Walk around.
Okay.
Roger. Set the parking brakes. Testing the lights. Looks good. Nav radios. Well, what is the ILS frequency of runway 17 right here? Let me just check. Approach at Lyon 17 right. Oh, and they don't have any ILS approaches for the runway. I'll just use the reciprocal localizer then. 110.75, that is. Take your start. And there goes Cynthia fiddling with the pressurization settings for the cruising altitude this afternoon. 173 is going to be our departure heading. Let's do that. Here's one. Here goes two.
Monitor radar display.
Glide slope.
Go around.
Pull
Wind
up.
shear ahead.
Wind shear.
ahead.
Wind
There
shear.
we go.
Wind shear. Terrain.
Because
Pull
the
up.
GPWS test
Airspeed low.
by Cynthia,
Sync rate.
our
Pull up.
reliable and dependable first
Terrain.
officer.
Pull up. Don't sink.
Alright, let's
Don't
see. Do
sink.
we have any
Too
ATC?
low. Terrain.
Fortunately,
Too low.
no.
Gear. Too low. Flaps.
There is
Too
though.
low. Terrain. Glide slope. Bank angle.
Approaching minimums. 2,500. 1,000. 5.
There goes the boarding process from the outside, ladies and gentlemen. I wonder why they attached a stair there, an air stair, on the left-hand side of the aircraft, which is pretty funny. Considering that all of the passengers are currently boarding through the jetways. There goes Lalu in the other Abel Jets MCC 737-900ER. Quite a beautiful looking livery, isn't it? Not bad for the first aircraft in MSFS, first Boeing aircraft in the MSFS 2020 simulator. Alright, let's jump back in and continue the pre-flight procedure. And I think Cynthia is also done with pre-flight procedure as well, so let's do the pre-flight checklist, shall we?
Pre-flight checklist.
Oxygen.
Tested 100%.
Tested 100%.
Tested 100%. Navigation transfer and display switches. Normal auto. Windows heat. On. Pressurization mode selector.
Oops.
Auto. Flight instruments.
Heading to 905, QNH 1015.
Heading 295. Altimeter 1015.
Heading 295. Altimeter 1015. Parking brake.
Set.
Set.
Engine start levers.
Cut off.
Cut off.
Pre-flight checklist completed.
There she goes. Our flight number this evening will be Abel 39er Echo Romeo, which the Echo Romeo obviously stands for extended range, the ER. I just don't have any other flight numbers that can come up into my mind yesterday when I set up the live stream, unfortunately. 5. There goes our situational awareness ring on the navigation display. We'll also now do the wind request through the data link system of the aircraft. Just wait. Okay, whilst the aircraft is currently, there we go, loading the wind data, let's do our departure briefing, shall we, for this afternoon. Alright, so we'll be heading out from Lyon's Charlie 61 here on the main terminal, as you can see on the Navigraph charts app. We are expecting to take runway 17 right for this afternoon. As you can see, the runway is very long, 4,000 meters. I don't think we'll need the whole runway length. Let's take an intersection departure, presumably at Alpha 3. Preferably at Alpha 3 if the aircraft performance lets us do so. In terms of the departure itself, I think there are some NADP restrictions. Let me just try to find that out. This is the first time of me flying out of Lyon, so not necessarily familiar with the airport yet. But usually major airports in Europe, they have the NADP procedures that need to be complied. Right, this is for the CTOTs and stuff. The target off block times, yeah, we'll not be doing that on VATSIM, especially since we don't have any controllers online this afternoon. I mean, it's Monday afternoon in Europe, everyone is obviously still at work. TSAT, COB2 and TSAT, beta-link clearance, operational procedure, ground movements. Funnily enough, I can't find any sorts of NADP references here, but let's just assume that it's NADP too.
Ladies and gentlemen from the cockpit, this is your captain speaking. We'd like to extend our welcome on board to you today. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight.
Alright, so as mentioned, we are expecting an intersection departure Alpha 3 for this afternoon. It will take us through taxiways Kilo, Tango, then to Alpha 3. And I think that's boarding complete. GSX boarding complete. The departure itself is going to take us, as mentioned, through the Resort 80 departure out of runway 17 right. The initial climb will be to 7,000 feet, flight level 070, that is, considering that the transition altitude at Lyon is just 5,000 feet there, very low. The first waypoint there, Lima 704, we have a maximum speed restriction of 230 knots before turning left into Pinar at flight level 100 at least, then to Resort at flight level 130. The MSA around the Lyon VOR, Lima Sierra Echo, I think that is. There we go, Saint-Exupery VOR is 3,200 feet up to 14 DME on the south and eastern side of the aerodrome, but then it extends up to 6,000 feet beyond 14 miles on the eastern side and 4,000 feet on the south eastern side beyond 14 miles there on the VOR DME. 6% gradient, 5.5% gradient, we can definitely reach that. Good. Because you're rousing, as we can see. Primary threats for the departure will be pilot unfamiliarity with the region as well as terrain on the eastern side of the aerodrome here, because I think we are situated quite close to Geneva and the Alps, which could explain why. Besides that, do you have any questions, comments, or concerns, Cynthia? No? Alright, I'll just hand over the departure briefing to FSD crew then. What, you're looking at Lalu's plane? Yeah, it's somewhere around there. Just blocked off by that airbus, it appears to be. But there is someone next to us. Oh no, that's just Lalu. He's repositioned his aircraft. That's not an Airbus, that's another 738-9. Yeah, that's definitely him. There we go. Looking much better, isn't it? Alright, let's prepare ourselves for the FSD crew departure briefing. Let me just set up the application. We'll be beyond our maximum landing weight for departure, so we'll set all the weight. First flight of the day, terrain is going to be a safety factor, that should be
you ready for the departure brief?
Go ahead.
Okay, it's going to be a standard pushback and start off the gate. Taxi route will be as assigned by ATC. It will be a left seat takeoff, using D-rated thrust with an assumed temperature. Anti-ice will be off. Above 80 knots, we will reject for fire, engine failure, loss of control, or wind shear. The crew member noticing the abnormality will clearly state the problem. I will call reject or continue. If the decision is to reject, I will close the thrust levers and disengage auto throttle, observe or apply maximum braking, race speed brakes, apply maximum amount of reverse thrust consistent with conditions and bring the aircraft to a complete stop on the runway, stow the speed brake, and set the parking brake, advise the cabin, this is the captain speaking, remain seated, remain seated. I will then perform any necessary memory items or checklists as appropriate. If an evacuation is required, I will initiate the evacuation checklist. In the event of an engine failure after V1, we will continue the takeoff, rotate at VR, call positive rate gear up, and cancel the master caution. There will be no other calls below 400 feet. At 400 feet, I'll call for a roll mode, then call confirm the failure. If required, we'll perform any necessary memory items, climb at V2 to V2 plus 20 to 1000 feet AFL or TOCA, whichever is higher. Retract flaps on schedule. When flaps have been retracted at or above, flaps up, maneuver speed, call for level change if VNAV is not engaged. Set max continuous thrust, and call for the appropriate emergency checklist. We are over our maximum landing weight, so if we are able, we will hold and burn off fuel before returning to the airport. The departure routing will be via the ATC assigned SID, complying with all published speeds and altitude restrictions. We'll use NADP 2. Flight directives are on. Mine is master, yours is slave. Navigation radios are set. The NOTAMs and the aircraft defect log have been reviewed. The local terrain poses a threat, so we will treat all GPWS terrain alerts as genuine. Any questions, comments, or concerns?
No questions.
Departure brief complete.
Completes the departure briefing then. Let me now try just to find the runway length that is available for departure out of runway 17 right, in case we are going to do intersection departure. There we go. I think that's the one. Takeoff run available. Let's see. Alpha 3, 7 right. Yeah, about 2,870 meters long. I think that should be sufficient. Company calling.
Go ahead, company.
Kita mau intersection departure aja nggak dari Alpha 3 kalau runway 17 right? Dia take off run available-nya 2.870 meter kalau katanya chart nomor 10-9 Alpha. Biar gak kelamaan taxi juga, runway-nya 4.000 meter masalahnya.
Oke, terlalu panjang sih emang.
Oh, panjang banget. Expecting Alpha 3 sih kalau aku coba masukin ke kalkulator pesawatnya dulu, dia kuat ngangkat atau enggak. Nanti kalau mungkin ternyata nggak kuat, ya mau nggak mau full length departure 4.000 meter tuh. Lebih panjang dari Suta runway-nya.
Oke, nanti ya kalau nggak bisa maksimum taxi speed lah.
Siap. Sesuai performa pesawat masing-masing lah. Alright, 9, 4, 1, 6. There we go, 9,460 feet. No, it is in meters then, but that'll be 2870. Let's input that into the EFB calculator. Calculate. Okay. Takeoff 1 rating. So input that into the physical FMC. That is takeoff 1D rate with an assumed temperature of 47 degrees Celsius. I will just use standard climb for this afternoon, considering that we are, ladies and gentlemen, we are carrying 174 passengers, holidaymakers, into Corfu. This is really a lot. Alright, V1149, 151, 156, that compares with the EFB. Let's embed that into the MCP, LNAV and VNAV. There we go, takeoff speeds have been confirmed. And let's also ask Erica regarding the boarding process. I think she's all done. Hi Erica, I just want to ask you about the boarding process. Is it already complete? Thank you.
Hi, Captain Faza. Yes, the boarding process is complete. We are ready for departure.
Roger, thank you for the heads up. And it appears that we've got a plane spotter there, ladies and gentlemen. Just in front of us
Captain.
there.
Everything is set for a smooth flight.
With your hands in there, we are being plane spotted. With your hands. Someone is plane spotting us from the terminal there. Pretty neat. Right, we'll remove the shocks, but first we'll disconnect the ground power. Have we switched to APU? Yes, we have. I don't want the aircraft to experience any blackouts, so we'll now release the ground power and remove the shocks. And get ourselves ready for departure. Partial clearance is requested. Trim is 4.87 units. Should be good.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
There goes the GSE crew, ground surface equipment, the pushback crew. Four-star checklist, please.
4-star checklist.
Flight deck door closed and locked. MCP.
155.173, 7000.
V2 155 heading 173 altitude 7000.
Takeoff speeds.
149.151, 156, assuming 47 degrees centigrade, that is.
V1 149 VR 151 V2 156.
CDU pre-flight.
Completed.
Completed.
Rudder and aileron trim.
3 and 0.
Free and 0.
Taxi and takeoff briefing.
Completed.
Completed.
Anti-collision light on. Before start checklist completed.
Start sequence is 2, then 1, please.
Start sequence is 2, then 1.
Check.
To the north, then it'll be. On to Sierra, I think that is. Romeo 2. You're still in the wrong frequency. Pause the music as well. Lyon traffic, Abel 39 Echo Romeo is now pushing back from stand-up at Charlie 61 facing to the north, expecting runway 17 right. Lyon traffic. Brakes released. Push is cleared, but we are not cleared for engine start yet. It'll be just beyond the FOD free zone, just like in Indonesia it appears to be. You're not clear to fire up your engines at stand.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Abel Jets Flight 39ER
There you go.
from Lyon to Corfu. We are currently pushing back.
Start engine number 2, please.
Expect a flight
Start
time
engine
of
2.
approximately
Starting
1
engine
hour
2.
and 51 minutes. The weather at our destination is pleasant with a temperature of around 22 degrees Celsius and no precipitation. My name is
Air
Erica,
pressure.
and I, along with my fellow crew members, Thomas, Sophie and Julian, will be taking care of you today. Before we take off, I would like to go over some important safety information.
Start the ET.
First, please ensure your seatbelt is fastened.
Put
To
1%
fasten
into
your
fuel flow.
seatbelt, Insert the metal tip into the buckle until you hear a click. To release it, simply lift the buckle. In the event of a loss of cabin pressure, oxygen masks will drop down from the compartment above you. Pull the mask towards you to start the flow of oxygen. Place it over your nose and mouth and secure it with the elastic band. Remember to put your own mask on before assisting others.
ChaseX doing ChaseX stop there.
Located under your seat. To use the life vest, pull it out of the pouch. Place it over your head and pull the straps
Break set.
around your waist.
Starter
Inflate the
cutout.
vest by pulling
Cockpit
the
recording,
tabs
good engine
by
start, you
below
may
the
disconnect.
Two stables.
Cockpit to ground.
There are
We have a
emergency
good engine
exits
start.
Isolate A back,
in
please.
the front, middle and
Isolate
rear of the
that pack.
aircraft. Please take a moment
Pack
to locate
isolated.
your nearest exit, which may be behind
Start
you.
engine number 1.
Start
In the event
engine
of an
1.
emergency,
Start engine
follow
1.
the illuminated exit signs to reach the exits. Thank you for your attention, and we wish you a pleasant flight.
Oil
I
pressure.
will now inform the captain that
Check.
the cabin is ready for departure.
Docking gear.
25% head to via fuel flow. Left hand engine. Alright folks, time to play the official Abel Jets Virtual Group safety briefing video as always. Because safety is our highest priority, St. Thomas. Please do enjoy.
Hello everyone, I'm Freezing Falcon from Abel Jets Group. Welcome
Starter
on board one
cutout.
of our aircraft that is part of our 3,000
Number
airplane
one
strong
stable.
fleet.
Roger.
We're glad to be your airline for your flight today. Before we take off, please watch the safety briefing video that will be provided by our cabin crew. Enjoy.
Hands to receive on the left hand side, we are good to go. Flaps 5 for takeoff please.
Flaps 5.
To the flight control check, ready on my side, pull up, pull down, neutral, pull left, pull right, neutral rudders, pull left, pull right, neutral flight control check complete.
Flight controls check complete.
Organization, seatbelt shall be used when in flight. So whenever the seatbelt sign is lit, please fasten your seatbelt.
Before
by
taxi checks,
inserting the
please.
flag
Before
into the
taxi
buckle
checklist.
and tighten by pulling the strap.
Generators.
You
On.
can undo your
Probe
seatbelt
heat.
by pressing
On.
the button.
Anti-ice. Off. Isolation valve. Auto. Recall.
Check.
Checked.
Checked. Auto brake. RTO. Engine start levers.
Idle detent.
Idle detent.
Flight controls.
Check.
Checked.
Ground equipment.
Clear left.
Clear.
Clear. Before taxi checklist completed.
Alright, let's see where are we heading to.
Facility. MF is the world's leading
Tango Delta, I think that is
We
called.
have this big
Yep,
hangar
Tango
which
Delta.
able to accommodate up to 8 jumbos at 380 at a given time. This is the proof that we never jeopardize safety. Also, we change the life jacket whenever an aircraft is entering our facility.
Lyon traffic Abel 39 Echo Romeo is now taxiing to runway 17 right via Romeo 2 Tango Delta Tango holding short of Alpha 3 for intersection departure out of runway 17 right and Alpha 3. Lyon traffic.
In the event of emergency landing, please take a moment to locate your life jackets. It will be below
Clay on the
your
left.
seat, under the seat in front of you, or under the bed
Clay
of
on the
first
left.
class
Clear
passenger.
left.
Clear
To
right.
use the life
Alright,
jacket,
let's start rolling.
simply take your life jacket, put it over your head, pass the strap around your waist, clip at the front and tighten it. There's a red tag and mouthpiece for inflation and whistle to attract attention. Please inflate your life jacket after leaving the aircraft.
We are rolling, folks.
Whenever the aircraft lowers the oxygen pressure, a mask will drop from above. Put it on your nose and tighten the strap. Oxygen will
Tango
flow
Delta.
when you brake. Secure your mask first before assisting others.
Lalo should be ready for pushback momentarily.
In 2020, we were the world leaders in aviation by number of aircraft by over 3,000 airframe divided into more than 10 child companies, including the Abel Pixel, Abel SAL, Abel Cosmos, Intercontinental,
Thank you.
Also in 2020, we were the first to introduce the innovation of first Abel Jets living room, Abel Premium Economy, Abel Business, Abel First Class.
I think it's this turn, isn't it, that we need to take? Not quite sure actually. Yeah, it should be that one, otherwise we'll be crossing the roadway. Yeah, it's too late. Just make it work.
Before we depart, please make sure
that's
all
supposed to
baggage
be
is
the,
secured on the overhead cabin.
runway that we are going to take off from, which is runway 17 right.
Made safety is our priority. Smoking isn't allowed on any part of the aircraft. Please deboard the aircraft if you need to smoke. Your aircraft is equipped with a life raft in case of emergency water landing. Please take a moment to identify your nearest emergency exit. The cabin crew is pointing it out.
We are now nearing our departure time. Please switch your mobile devices into airplane mode now.
It's quite a long taxi, unfortunately, as I've mentioned. The runway that we are departing out of is 4,000 meters long, ladies and gentlemen.
For keeping our dreams aloft. Have a very pleasant flight.
There goes the tower. The interior is slightly modeled there. It's nice. Good to know. Now, par 5 now. Just that bit more. There goes our safety briefing done. Let's get rid of that as well. Right, is this supposed to be Alpha 4? Alpha 3? Alpha 5 actually. Yeah, that's Alpha 4. Another Alpha. Then we'll be good to go. Before takeoff checklist, please.
Before takeoff checklist.
Flaps.
Flaps 5, green light.
Flaps 5, green light.
Stabilizer trim.
4.8 units.
5.0 units.
Before takeoff checklist completed.
Let's do rolling takeoff, probably. That's the intersection of the 3. Cabin crew, take seats for departure, please. Full takeoff procedure.
Okay, Captain. Cabin crew, take seats for departure.
Lyon traffic Abel 39er Echo Romeo now lining up on runway 17 right via Alpha 3, Lyon traffic. Full takeoff procedure.
Before takeoff procedure.
Okay. Clear on the approach.
Clear on the left, clear on the right, and checked on VATSIM radar as well. TARA. Switch. Lyon traffic Abel 39er Echo Romeo now departing out of runway 17 right via the Resort 8 Sierra departure. Lyon traffic.
F-line.
Need to reply. Thank you, Cap. Take off.
Take off.
Let's go. Stabilize, setting off thrust.
Thrust set.
Indications normal.
$80 knots.
Checked. A pretty strong headwind there. Should be good. Should be good for us.
V1.
Rotate.
Rotate.
Off we go.
Positive rate.
Gears coming up.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Check. Is that now 1011 TriStar on the ground? Acceleration height, fog up. Lyon traffic, Abel 39 Echo Romeo is airborne passing 2,000 feet, climbing to level 350 via the Resort 80 departure. Lyon traffic. Flaps 1 please.
Flaps 1.
Speed checked.
Flaps up please.
Flaps up.
Speed checked.
Thank you, some industrial estates it appears to be.
Flaps upset.
Gotcha. The maximum allowed speed was like 230 knots if I'm not mistaken, according to the SID. Alright, let's walk the altitude up.
Lyon traffic level forward 0, Echo Romeo now taxi to
10,000.
runway 17 right via Tango Delta, Tango and
Set standard.
Transition set standard.
Standard set.
holding short at Alpha 3 for Abel 40 Echo Romeo.
After takeoff checks please.
After takeoff checklist.
After takeoff checklist. Engine bleeds on. Packs auto. Landing gear up and off. Flaps up, no lights. After takeoff checklist complete.
Roger. Level that up. 230 will be good initially. Set. We'll hand fly the aircraft momentarily up to about 10,000 feet as usual. Just to not get rusty with the aircraft. It's a bit shaky in the air as well. Perhaps it's from the crosswind that we are facing currently. 20 knots from the right hand side now. And off we go to Corfu. 10,000 there, Command Alpha.
Command A.
Autopilot on. Flight level 100.
Gotcha. D2 the navs please.
We have just
Detune
reached
the
our
navs.
cruising altitude.
Roger.
You may now use your electronic devices.
Which goes.
And I'm pleased to inform you that our onboard Wi-Fi service is
Let's wind that up to our final cruising altitude this afternoon at flight level 350.
We'll have items from the Abel Jets shop for sale.
There we go.
Thank you for your attention and enjoy the flight.
Get the weather radar on. And there goes the Alps just ahead of us. As briefed earlier, we are not far away from the beautiful Alps again, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, we are situated, we are currently not that far away from Geneva. Maybe they are separated, which was about 40 to 60 kilometers apart. So yeah, not that far between the two cities. The wind's going to be pretty strong at cruise Fox, 285 at 57 knots there. Blowing from the west. Yeah, it'll be quite a strong tailwind for us, hopefully. Fingers crossed on that. On the other hand, folks, in case that you have just joined us this evening, please kindly hit the like button on the YouTube channel there, on the live stream. It will greatly help us with the YouTube algorithm for the Abel Jets Virtual Group YouTube channel. Share your thoughts down beneath in the live chat, as well as in the comment section once this live stream has ended. If you want to share our adventures together, you can also share this live stream to your friends and colleagues. Will also greatly help us to grow the Abel Jets Virtual Group YouTube community and the channel itself, which is always a win-win scenario. On the other hand, in case that you haven't done so, please also kindly subscribe to the Abel Jets Virtual Group YouTube channel for free, and hit the bell button just right next to the subscribe button, so you will not miss any future contents that we will make. In case that you want to also support us financially, you can also head over to our social pass page at www.abeljetsgroup. Sorry, that's our official website. It's at www.socialpass.com/abeljetsgroup, or alternatively you can scan the QR code that is provided on the left hand side of the live stream. And any kinds of donations, even the smallest ones, are much appreciated. That's enough for me doing the usual PA. Let's enjoy the flight this afternoon to Corfu, the Greek islands. And there goes the Alps, ladies and gentlemen, on our left hand side. Beautiful as always, just like in the previous, two previous live streams, wasn't it? Or 2 or 3? When we flew to Split, St. Jerome, I think that was from Geneva. Fingers crossed we'll not be experiencing any lag on approach this time around, considering that I've tuned down texture quality of quite literally everything in the simulator. Previously I set my textures to high, and I've set them to medium now, and you know, lowered down some other graphical settings, so we'll not experience any immersion killing lag, should I say. But on the other hand, still trying to find a sweet spot between performance and the graphical quality there. But yeah, this particular setting, I think it's quite a good trade-off at this moment of time. Hi Eric, I just want to ask you a trivial question. Is that the Alps that we are flying next to on our left hand side? I think that is.
Hi Captain. Yes, that is indeed the Alps on our left hand side. Everything looks good from here.
She goes. Some turbulence there, we'll head back into the flight deck, shall we? Just put the belt sign on for a while. It's been on for the it's been on for the past couple of minutes. It appears to be. Completely forgot to turn that off.
Passengers and cabin crews, please be seated and fasten your seatbelts.
Beautiful, isn't it? Quite a lovely view, isn't it, folks, from the left hand side of the aircraft. We have just left the French airspace and we are currently within the Italian airspace, it appears to be. And we've got Athena control little online, it appears to be. Which is always a good thing. We've got Athena radar coming online on Greece. Good as always. Company frequency, let's announce that on the frequency. Company calling.
Go ahead, company.
Ada ATC tuh di Yunani. Senternya nyala.
Oke, gas.
Mantap.
Ajak bahasa Yunani, Bang.
Aduh, itu Pak Thomas yang bisa. Unfortunately, Corfu situated on the... Iya, kayak bagus banget. Lewat pegunungan Alpen soalnya. Mancha.
1,000 to level.
Call sign's gonna be Abel 39 Echo Romeo. There we go.
Begin our snack and drink service. Today we have a delightful selection of meals available, including our famous chicken salad and delicious vegetarian pasta. After the meal service, we'll be offering items from the Abel Jets shop for sale. Thank you for your attention, and we hope you enjoy your flight.
Yep, unfortunately we've left the Alps behind and we are currently soaring above Italy. The scenery has also quite significantly changed into more, say, flatter areas. See, as I've mentioned, of up to 42 knots of tailwind there, which will help us significantly to reach Corfu, not in a long time. Wave 16 is currently active, flaps faulty. Let's just do this for fun. All off. URF +5. What? Oh, folks, I've just realized. Runway 16 has a display threshold of 415 meters. That's a bit concerning. Yeah, I'll take a look into that a bit later. What's our current rate? 69.7 tons. Yeah, already below the maximum landing weight, that is. Alright folks, on the other hand, as usual, I need to go to the loo for a minute or two. It's getting a bit cold here in my room. If there is anything that goes out of the ordinary, please do let me know through the live chat. I'll be monitoring the live chat through my phone here, through my YouTube studio app. Shall see you guys in a few moments.
calling. Abel Fernando Eco Romeo Company calling.
Alright folks, I'm back at the flight deck. Looks like that we are still flying. Do we have any ATCs online over Italy? Unfortunately no, but we do have some over Greece. We have the center online there, which is always a good thing. Cycle through the cameras, there we go. So I think we've passed through the turbulent areas. We'll just disengage the seatbelt signs for a while. On the other hand, I found something that is quite interesting, folks. It appears that our star does not necessarily connect with the final approach. Sorry, with the approach procedure. Just pretty bit weird. Company calling.
Go ahead company, sorry aja for disconnect, sinyal hilang karena nggak nyangka HP mati.
Aman aja kayak. Ini kayaknya star kita nggak connect sama itu loh, sama approach-nya.
Maksudnya nggak connect?
Kalau kita kan sekarang pakai starnya itu ya. Tadi yang Tigra tuh Papa, nah itu dia gak connect sama waypoint PDX yang ada di RNP runway 16 nya. Coba aja dilihat di navigraph tuh.
Wajar, aku lihat dulu.
This is a bit weird folks. The waypoint PDX doesn't really connect with the flight plan. It's just a bit straight. Gonna choose 1012 at 1020, sorry, 12020 at Corfu. Execute that. gonna be on 126355. Preset that, and on the active frequency, we'll arm the Athena radar frequency on 129675. Presuming that there won't be any other ATC centers above Italy coming online. Right, final approach course. Supposing that we are taking runway the RNP the RNP approaching to runway 16. It'll be at 17 side.
Apa mau segera langsung basic saja?
Nah, aku kepikirannya gitu Cap, cuma nggak tahu nih ada ATC soalnya.
Ya sudah, serahkan kepada beliau.
Paling nanti disuruh direct gitu sih.
Sepertinya begitu. FSG crew, let's prepare the rifle setup there. We'll just use auto brake max, considering that the runway has a splash threshold as we saw earlier. Terrain minimums will be at 985 feet there. At that mid 40 makes it 1085 feet. Approach altitude 4000. Final approach fix. $3,200. LNAV, the AMDH. It depends on operator policy. I'll just use this one, the lower one, 660 plus 40, make it 700 feet. Yeah, this is gonna be quite interesting, I suppose. The takers of lovely aircraft, Foxtrot Alpha Juliet Victor Alpha in all of her glory, as we saw over Italy for our flight into Corfu this afternoon. Quite a lovely view as well of Italy, the visibility, gentlemen, as you can see on our right hand side there. Take a look at that, folks. That's the power of ChasePlane, folks, powered by parallel 42, that is. It's beautiful, isn't it? Oh, that was quite a... That was quite a stutter, wasn't it? Quite a big one. See, even the initial approach fix is not included in the Tigra rifle procedure, just a bit weird. Kapodistrias, that'll be on frequency of 108.8. Put that in. There goes one. And 1147k Kira. 1147. There we go, into the nav radios. We've got another VR station which has the same frequency there, ladies and gentlemen, Echo Lima Bravo, about 55 nautical miles away from our present position. We are about 340 miles away from TOD, so quite a long way to go. Okay, can you please bring some drinks to the flight deck? We're getting a bit thirsty here. Thank you.
Look, Captain, I'll bring some drinks to the flight deck right away.
Sorry folks, just can't help it. We're flying close in proximity to Rome now, should be on our right hand side. Let's just try to move the camera, there we go. Should be somewhere there. Ada Airbus 400 lagi terbang tuh, callsign-nya Golf Alpha Foxtrot 221.
Airbus berapa?
A400M.
Waduh, tumben aku dengar.
Yang pesawat angkut militer itu bang, yang kayak Hercules tapi lebih gede, yang dipesan TNI AU. Weh, coba kamu lihat bang, itu A400-nya dari mana tuh? GAF 221 tuh. Departure-nya dari mana tuh?
Mana sih, bentar, di atas mana?
Pesawatnya di timurnya kita, GAF 221. It's quite a rather interesting aircraft flying next to us, an Airbus A400M. Perhaps he's flying in MSFS 2024 because I think...
Itu bawa militer sih beneran.
I think he's flying in MSFS 2024 considering that the simulator has a default A400M.
Kalau di MSFS aku cuma lihat di itu cuma ada satu versi.
Kayaknya buat MSFS 2024 ada pesawat defaultnya deh, A400M itu. The default aircraft also built by Abel, if I'm not mistaken. Pesawat default tapi yang nge-developernya itu Builds kayaknya. Yeah, I think the A400M in MSFS 2024 is developed by Builds. Correct me if I'm wrong there. Because we are flying in MSFS 2020 for the past year or so, or 5 years. I mean, I've had the simulator ever since it was released, but you know, just started streaming in this channel for the past year or so. That's why we haven't got so many uploads or live streams in the channel. It's just about 93 videos at this stage. But the channel growth has been very far above my expectations there, ladies and gentlemen. Before we started live streaming, this channel was purely dedicated for Wise Flight Simulator videos and short movies. Our subscriber count was just about 70-ish in my memory at that time, earlier 2020. In the early 2020. Bear with me for a second folks, apologies. Oh ya, di mana?
Di atasnya Andorra, apa callsign-nya ADB 2001.
Oh iya, kapal kesukaanmu tuh.
Sulit.
Kapal karam.
Karam maksimal.
But yeah, regarding the channel growth there, ladies and gentlemen, I wasn't expecting it to be this, this rapid, should I say. We only had like 70 subscribers in the early 2020s. That was during COVID, obviously. It was also during the times when we developed the Wise Flight version of our Fleet Pack 8.0. And we uploaded some, Wise Flight movies into the YouTube channel. But then, ever since we've started live streaming in MSFS, like there is always someone subscribing every, a day or two, which is a good thing. We are now at 178 subscribers. Let's see if we can push it to 200, hopefully by the next month or so. I'm just putting some random numbers there, but if it can be achieved, then I'll be very grateful for that. We are halfway done through our flight now, it appears to be, according to Fly Life Studios.
Berdasarkan artis, windnya 12 knot.
Iya, headwind kayaknya cap 150 derajat 12 knot gitu kan?
Yes. Kalau sisanya sepertinya aman-aman aja.
Roger, cuma expect ini offset pak, approach-nya itu agak lurus dia sama runway-nya. Ya, final approach-nya harus manual nanti.
Iya, manual.
Dan biasalah ya.
Ya, mode kapal kayu.
Mode kapal kayu. Rome should be just on our right hand side there, ladies and gentlemen, alongside with Vatican City, that is. Where the Pope has just been elected there by the conclave a few weeks ago, days ago I think. It's not been that long, has it? I think it was like last week or so. Pope Leo the I can't even remember the number there, the lineage number. Apologies. You know what, to be safe, let's check on the star there. RNAV 16 index for the What's the star again? Tigra to Papa. There'll be discontinuity, obviously, but we'll just have to see. 274 nautical miles away from TOD, according to the Winwing PFB3N FMC. Just onto my right hand side here. Although unfortunately I don't have any physical cameras that I can connect to the laptop and just showcase it, unless it's in a separate YouTube post, not necessarily in this live stream. Kinda reminds me, when was the last time we did actually put a camera on this sort of live streams? Oh, I remember now. I think it's like the first ever live stream we did in this channel. I had a camera connected to my laptop here, considering that my laptop quite infuriatingly doesn't have a built-in camera. It has a portable one, a detachable one. So yeah, I used that. I used the camera to do live streams for. Yeah, it was very performance intensive, and it took like 10 to 20 FPS out of the simulator. And back then, to my memory, we were flying during the 24 hours of VATSIM, during the VATSIM World Flight event, which obviously there were lots of people flying around, and it was a very performance intensive event, computationally intensive event, and that's why we experienced some insane lag up until the live stream itself had to be split into 3 sections because OBS just went CTD, just went numb basically during several sections of the flight. It was it was like the Batam to Yogyakarta leg, if I'm not mistaken, and I was still in the UK back then. I was still living in Coventry for a year or so before heading back home. Cap lalu aku kayaknya sejauh ini arming untuk startnya yang Tigra tuh Papa itu dulu, tapi udah set approach-nya yang RNF 16. Nanti kalau misalnya disuruh apa-apa kan biar tinggal add new waypoint atau remove discontinuity aja gitu.
Oke, siap Bang, terima kasih banyak infonya.
Sama-sama Mas Rusdi.
Waduh, nggak boleh Bang.
Astagfirullah. Dirimu di lab apa di kosan nih?
Di kosan Bang, besok di lab sampai pagi.
Alhamdulillah masih waras berarti.
Ya, besok malam baru sampai pagi.
Aduh, janganlah, kasihanlah badanmu lah.
Gak apa-apa, demi mengejar sesuatu.
Demi tesis ya?
Ya, begitulah.
Good luck, Cap. See final approach course for the runway there. 179. No, we'll just put the runway heading, shall we? 164. 164 at 15 DME, sorry, 15 miles from the airport. 164 at 10 and 164 at 5. And there goes our situational awareness rings done. Which I can do without even looking at the actual FMC on board the aircraft, just by fiddling with the Winwing PFB3N unit here, which is such a fantastic addition to the setup. One of the best flight simulator related things I've ever purchased here, to be frank with you folks. $234 miles away from TOD. Hi Eric, I just want to check in if things are going well back there.
Hi, Captain. Everything is going smoothly back here. The passengers are settled in, and the meal service will begin shortly.
Roger that.
Roger that, Captain.
About 2 hours into the stream now. Hi Erica, just being curious here, what's the mountain range that we are currently flying above?
Hi, Captain. We are currently flying above the Amelie Mountains.
There she goes. Halfway done through our flight this afternoon now, ladies and gentlemen, as we head away from Italy into the Mediterranean Sea. Hopefully in the next couple of dozen minutes we shall see the terrain change again just beneath us from the hilly terrains of South Italy, mountainous terrains of South Italy into the Mediterranean Sea, as I've mentioned earlier. And our left hand side, folks, I think should be the Adriatic Sea. There we go. We go all the way there. In the distance, I think you can see on the horizon that's Croatia. A Split is somewhere over there, which we fly into last week or so, I think. It was like last week. And we took the Holly Able Day A321-200 into Split, and we experienced some insane lag on approach. Fortunately, we didn't crash, but it was just like it's quite an embarrassing one, to be frank with you folks. Get back to the other side of the aircraft, I suppose. There we go. We've got the number 2 engine and our camera there within our sights. Oh, another stutter there, unfortunately. Quite a nerve-wracking one. We are about 30 minutes away into arriving into Corfu this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We've just passed the A400M on our left hand side. Unfortunately, I think he was quite far away from our current position, so we could not see him. I presume we could not see him even with the Parallel 42 binoculars provided with the ChasePlane software there, ChasePlane application. Just crossing over the eastern, or sort of southeastern coastlines of Italy. Should be flying next to Lima, India, Bravo Delta. That's Bari. about 137 nautical miles away from TOD. Let's head back into the flight deck, shall we, to prepare some more stuffs for the arrival. There we go. Okay, minimums, I think that was like 700 feet, wasn't it? 700 feet, yep, 700 feet. Coordinations 1020. Developments. Oh lord. Another stutter. Okay, that is set. We'll tune into the 80s frequency of Corfu there.
Airport Jet information Charlie. Recorded at 1350 Zulu. Expect RFP approach. Runway to Use 16. Transition level 60. 140 degrees 10 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. 2,000 checkers. Temperature 2.14. QNH1019.
Bonjour 100 nose, local QNH.
You have listened to information Charlie. This is Curtin Airport. Jet information Charlie. Reported at 1350 Zulu. Expect RFP approach. Runway Use 16. Position level 60. Wind 140 degrees at 10 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers or more.
Should be good. Thank you. Alright folks, I think it's time to do the rifle brief, shall we? Let's do that early. So, as we saw earlier folks, I think our star doesn't connect with the approach procedure, but since we have ATC online, we've got Athena radar online, I don't think we'll be permitted to track directs at this present time, so we'll just input the stars. I've done so in the aircraft's FMC. So the star is going to be the Tigra 2 Papa arrival, arriving from waypoint Tigra, then into 22.8 DME from the Barista VOR there. Airport elevation 5 feet, transition level 060 as provided by the ATIS there. The MSA around the Barista VOR is 4,500 feet on the southwestern side and 8,200 feet on the northeastern side. For the approach itself, we are going to take the RNP approach into runway 16, according to the AHS as well. The initial approach fixed IAF will be at BEDX at 6,000 feet there. Maximum 230 knots, oh no, maximum 250 knots. This one's for the approach procedure. From BEDX we've got to Kilo Romeo 164, 163, and then the initial fix will be Kilo Romeo 162, 161, and this is an offset approach, ladies and gentlemen. So the final approach fix, the final approach course is not aligned with the runway. The final approach course is 179 degrees there, as you can see, and the runway is on a heading of 164 degrees, as you can see there. Final approach course, as we've discussed, is 179 degrees. The platform altitude is 3,200 feet. The MDA with LNAV there is 660 feet, but we add 40 feet as usual as the platform altitude. The MSA around the airport reference point is 4,500 feet on the western side and 8,200 feet on the northeastern side as discussed earlier. In case of misapproach, we'll climb to 4,000 feet to the left as soon as practicable direct to Kilo Romeo 166, then track direct to Kerkira VOR, then track direct to Bedekshen Hold. Warning. APV bar of VNF operations not authorized below 5 degrees centigrade, or minus 5 degrees centigrade. The OAT is about 22 degrees centigrade down there, which is obviously sufficient. Effective VPA exists 3.5 degrees above 60 degrees Celsius, which is sure will be it'll be quite a steep descent for us. 3.5 degree glide path. Warning: do not turn before MAP misapproach point to avoid Tirana FIR incursion. This one's also important. Fox final approach track is offset 14.9 degrees from the extended runway center line, and angle of descent VPA may not be aligned with PAPI. Procedure altitude of 3,200 feet must be achieved before the commencement of turn in order to ensure containment within the Athena FIR. So I think it borders with the Italian FIR there, Milan radar or something. These are the recommended altitudes. According to the distance from the runway, 7.5 to 2,800 as you can see there. Platform altitude, as we've discussed, 3,200 feet. An interesting point is it'll be quite a steep approach there, folks. The glide path angle, the final glide path, will be at 3.5 degrees, 0.5 degrees steeper than the usual glide path angle at 3 degrees. Glide path / glide slope if you have an ILS station, but it's a non-precision approach for this one. Gradient landing obvious 3,400 meters, LNAV, VNAV available, but we'll just use the 660 feet minimum CS we've discussed. The runway is short there, ladies and gentlemen. It's got a display threshold which reduces our effective runway length to just about 1,900 meters. That's why we'll need to utilize auto brake max in this approach. Try to vacate the runway, we'll try to, not to overrun obviously. Backtrack the runway and then vacate via Alpha 1 as soon as possible. As soon as practicable, that is. Hotspots, preparation only. HS1, caution against violation, instrument for coming to a stop at the runway holding position. Alright, so yeah, there's a stop bar there, but we need to hold short before Alpha 1. HS2, the holding position marking is not violated, runway guard lies in place. It should be... No, it's safe for us to enter then, because the dashed lines are facing from our direction. Primary threats for this afternoon will be terrain, as well as unfamiliarity with the airport. Besides any of those, do you have any questions, comments, or concerns, Cynthia? No? That should hand over the arrival briefing to FS2 crew then, I suppose. So you have control, please.
You have control.
I have control.
Do the approach brief.
Are you ready for the approach brief?
Okay.
The arrival routing will be via the ATC assigned star, complying with all published speeds and altitude restrictions. For an RNP approach, planning a flaps 40 landing. Final approach fix altitude is 3,200 feet. Decision altitude is 700 feet. Missed approach altitude is 4,000 Feet. Taxi route in will be as assigned by ATC. We'll be arriving at a remote stand. The local terrain poses a threat, so we will treat all GPWS terrain alerts as genuine. Descent speeds and navigation radios are set. Airport NOTAMs have been reviewed. Any questions, comments, or concerns?
No questions.
Approach brief complete.
Go. Europe's going to be 145 knots there. Or VAP, rather. I have control.
I have control.
You have control.
Descent checklist, please.
Descent checklist.
Pressurization. Landing altitude is 0 feet. Recall. Checked. Auto brake. Level max. Landing data.
VRF 140, minimum 700.
VREF 140, minimums 700 feet.
VREF 140, minimums 700 feet. Approach briefing.
Completed.
Completed.
Descent checklist completed.
There she goes. Should be initiating our initial descent into Corfu momentarily, 143 miles to run. Let's see if we'll be contacted by ATC prior to that. Yeah, 40 miles to run from the DOD, that is. Hi Eric, I just want to let you know that we will be starting our initial descent into Corfu in about 5 to 10 minutes. Can you please prepare the cabin for descent? Thank you.
Okay, Captain. Preparing the cabin for descent now.
There she goes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be starting our initial descent into Corfu in about 5 to 10 minutes. Please ensure your seatbelts are fastened and your seats are in the upright position. Thank you.
About 30 miles to run from DOD. Fingers crossed we'll not be contacted by ATC prior to DOD. So we can, you know, start our we can start our descent by ourselves. But we shall see. Fingers crossed on that, folks. Set back into the flight deck, shall we? We're almost there. Oh, the approach checklist. Take us out DOD. 17 miles per run. 500 knots of tailwind. Sorry, 502 knots of ground speed there, folks. Always highly appreciated there. 55 knots of tailwind as well. There goes the Greek coastlines in the distance, as you can see. It's quite funny that it's pretty laggy, the flight deck here. Wondering what is causing it. Could be the lighting or something. Must run. Spirit level 130 initially. Almost to go. VNF path is armed. Then we are on descent. There we go. Retard. Sorry, I mean throttle retard there. This goes our descent into Corfu. We should be picked by Athena radar anytime now, by the looks of it. So we are very close. We are very close to the boundaries of the Athena FIR there. Wondering why the flight deck is a bit laggy. I've never experienced such lag in the PMDG 737 at say high altitudes like this one. It's usually, you know, only when I'm close to an airport or something like that. Diri gue udah TOD ya, Cap?
Siap.
Ping should come anytime now. See when we'll be getting the ping. Aircraft is busy doing something else. Considering that there are quite a lot of aircraft within the Greek airspace now. Within the Athena radar's jurisdiction, that is. Let's just wait. Ping, where are you? 122 on the track, match that with heading. Sorry, match the heading with the track. I'll load the aircraft. I'll load the 737-900 here, the longest iteration of the 737NG family by the means of fuselage length. Bago dipping ya.
Kenapa?
Belum dipping sama senternya. Udah masuk airspace-nya padahal.
Tunggu aja bang.
Siap. There we go. Back in. One, two, another 675, that is set.
Ryder 9394 via Absoc, cleared to follow the RMP approach. Report runway inside.
Via Absoc, cleared for the runway 34 approach and reporting runway inside, runway 9394.
Akita Radar, good afternoon, Abel 39er Echo Romeo at 2230, descending to level 130, inbound waypoint Kilo Romeo 33 Alpha, via information Charlie on board.
Hello, Abel 39 Echo Romeo, Charlie is correct, scope 7452.
Squawking 7452 for Abel 39 Echo Romeo. 7452, we go into the box. 7452, let's do it quickly.
KLM 428 Heavy, monitor 122.8, good day.
Telecom for the KLM 428, bye-bye.
Bye.
There we go, 7452.
Abel 39 Echo Romeo, radar contact, turn right heading 160 degrees, vectors for RMP runway 16.
Right heading 160 degrees, vectors for RMP approaching to runway 16 for Abel 39 Echo Romeo. Heading select.
Athena radar, lot 6711, level 370.
Lot 6711, good afternoon, scope 1403.
Di vektor untuk RNP-nya Cap, start kita di cancel sama dia.
Jan 852 ready for departure. Terima kasih banyak.
Jan
Sabi-sabi.
852 clear for takeoff runway 21 left, wind 110 degrees 7 knots.
Clear for takeoff 21 left to Jan 852.
Athena radar, KLM 416 is on attends on Bravo 05, ready for pushback and start.
KLM 416, push and start approved, face north.
Good to terrain.
Start up and pushback approved, face north, KLM 416.
Abel 39 Echo Romeo, descend 6,000 feet, QNH 1019.
Descending to 6,000 feet, local QNH is 1019 for Abel 39 Echo Romeo. 7 feet.
Athena radar, good day, sir. Holiday 9801, heavy, flight level 340, inbound, Summers.
Hello, Holiday 9810 Heavy, Radar contact. Continue
See,
CPDL.
this is quite funny, folks.
CPDL, thank you, sir.
Why is it laggy in the flight deck? Even during stages where we are quite literally over the ocean there.
Edelweiss 336, request descent. Edelweiss 336, descent flight level 70. Descending 70, Edelweiss 336.
Athena radar, good day, Sky Travel 9 for Mike Golf on Kerkira Airport, number 5. We are requesting IFR to Santorini, BF information Charlie QNH 1019.
Hello, Sky Travel 9 for Mike Golf, Roger. Clearance is coming now via text. Call me ready for push.
Call when ready for push, Sky Travel 9 for Mike Golf, thank you. So after scheduling copy for flight.
Approved.
We call you back when I'm to the copy.
4 wings 320.
Yeah, that's period.
Ryanair 9394 clear to land runway 34 wind 320 degrees 5 knots.
Don't get land for Ryanair 9394.
Aegean 852 climb flight level 240.
Climb flight level 240 Aegean 852.
Ryanair 9394 affirmative.
Here's the land runway 249.
Oh, understand, folks.
Abel 39 Echo Romeo left heading 070.
Left heading 070 for Abel 300 Echo Romeo.
Translate 72 Kilo November 4000.
Down to 4000. Translate 72 Kilo November.
Aegean 852 direct Garta.
Direct Garta Aegean 852.
Aegean 580 when ready descent flight level 70.
When ready descent flight level 70 Aegean 580.
Easy 8191 descent flight level 70.
Descent flight level 70 Easy 8191.
Abel 300 Echo Romeo further left heading 020.
Further left 020 Abel 300 Echo Romeo.
Abel 300 Echo Romeo, for your information, expect vectors to Kilo Romeo 163.
Roger, expecting vectors to Kilo Romeo 163 for Abel 300 Echo Romeo.
Edelweiss 337 in Santorini, request push and start.
Edelweiss 337, push and start approved, face south.
Push and start approved, face south, Edelweiss 337.
We are definitely way too high.
KLM 416 taxi holding point 21 left via Echo, Delta 6 and Delta.
Change.
Yeah, Echo, Delta 6, Delta 221 left, KLM 416.
Abel 300 Echo Romeo left heading 350.
Left 350 Abel 300 Echo Romeo.
Radar, good evening, this is
Avian 852 climb flight level 300.
Level 300 Aegean 852. Radar, good evening, this is Abel 40 Echo Romeo, now descending to flight level 100.
Hello, Abel 40 Echo Romeo, Skok 6735.
6735 for Abel 40.
700. This is going to be interesting, folks.
Athena, hello, going to next 55 for Yankee 73, so they entered information Charlie, stand 8 at Corfu, clearance living.
Hello, Charlie 55 Papa Yankee, clearance is coming now via text, call me ready for push. Abel 40 Echo Romeo, caution there is another traffic on frequency, similar call sign. Maintain present heading, descent flight level 110.
We'll pause the music for arrival, folks.
Maintain present heading and descent flight level 110 for Abel 40.
Ryanair 9394, right in Alpha, Alpha 4, stand number 5, good day.
Right on Alpha, Alpha 4, stand number 5, Ryanair 9394.
Abel 39er Echo Romeo, descend 4,500 feet.
Descend 4,500 feet, Abel 300 Echo Romeo.
Abel 40 Echo Romeo, expect radar vectors for RMP runway 16.
Expecting for radar vector RMP runway 16 for Abel 40.
Yeah, we are quite heavy, folks, and it's 737 increase.
Delay 72 Kilo November,
Not,
3000, clear to follow the VR.
Doesn't necessarily have the best speed brakes available.
December 3000, cleared to follow the VR approach, runway 34, front delay 72 Kilo November.
Captain, cabin is ready.
Roger that, cabin crew, 10 minutes to landing.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now on our final approach into Corfu. Please turn off your electronic devices and stow them until we've arrived at the gate.
Log 6711, proceed direct Romeo Delta Sierra.
Seats are in their full upright position.
Romeo Delta Sierra, lot 6711.
Land, Abel Jet staff.
Abel 39 Echo Romeo, speed 220 or less.
220 or less for Abel 300 Echo Romeo.
Abel 40 Echo Romeo, right heading 160.
I will keep an eye on that. Thank you for the
Right
update.
heading 160 for Abel 40.
And then for hotel start, request push and start.
Ryanair 94 Hotel Golf, push and start approved, face south.
Push and start approved, face south, Ryanair 94 Hotel Golf.
Pretty strong winds there. Indicated airspeed is just 210. Sorry, 220 actually.
KLM 416 clear for takeoff 2 on left, wind 110 degrees 7 knots.
Could you maintain cleared for takeoff for KLM 416?
Edelweiss 336, descend 3,500 feet, QNH of Santorini 1019.
3,500, 1019, Edelweiss 336.
1019er.
Bell 39 Echo Romeo, direct Kilo Romeo 163.
10.
Direct Kilo Romeo 163 for Abel 300 Echo Romeo.
Set.
Walker 686, 310 CPWC.
Altimeters.
1011 set. Oh, sorry, 1019er set.
Continue CPDLC.
9 set.
1019 set.
GM580, descend 6000, expect VR Zulu runway 24, QNH 1016.
Descend 6000, QNH 1016, expect
There we go, folks.
VR Zulu runway 24, HN5 etc.
Easy 18191, descend 5000, QNH 1018. Translate 72 Kilo November, clear to land runway 34, wind 250 degrees 8 knots.
Clear to land runway 34, front delay 72 Kilo November.
Abel 40 Echo Romeo, descend 6000 feet, QNH 1019.
Descend 6,000 feet at 1019 for Abel 40 Echo Romeo.
Break, Abel 39 Echo Romeo, cleared RMP approach, follow the procedure please.
Cleared for the RP approach at runway 16 and we'll follow the approach procedure for Abel 300 Echo Romeo. Flaps 1 please.
Flaps 1.
Speed check.
Sky Travel 94 My Golf, ready for push and start.
Okay, Sky Travel 94 My Golf, push and start approved, face north.
Push and start approved, face north, Sky Travel 94 My Golf.
Flaps.
Airline 337, request taxi.
Levi 337, taxi
1000 to level.
For sure.
Delta Alpha to holding point Golf, runway 33.
Delta Alpha, holding point Golf, runway 33, Edelweiss 227.
Sonic 55 Papa Yankee, pulse request push start.
Sonic 55 Papa Yankee, push and start approved, face south.
Facing the south, Sonic 55 Papa Yankee.
Break, Abel 40 Echo Romeo, left heading 050.
Left heading 050 for Abel 40 Echo Romeo.
Approach altitude, sorry, final approach course 17.
Italo 8-7 back to the cockpit.
Roger. Easy 8191.
This is gonna be fun, ladies and gentlemen.
Abel 40 Echo Romeo, left heading 350.
Go some terrain.
Left heading 350 for Abel 40 Echo Romeo.
Got a speed restriction at 162, 185 below, that is. Left 5 please.
Flaps 5.
Speed checked. Flaps 5 set.
And then for Hotel Golf, request taxi. Ryanair 94 Hotel Golf, taxi back, line up runway 01. Yeah, 01. The taxi and backtrack 01, and then
Remember folks, it's a very steep approach, not very steep, quite steep approach. 3.5 degrees that is.
Flight level 330.
Flight level 330, can inform 6.
Abel 40 Echo Romeo, further left heading 340.
Left heading 340 for Abel 40 Echo Romeo.
Easy 8191, cleared Arnab approach. Follow the procedure, report on final.
Roger.
Clear Arnab approach 340. Jan 580,
some terrain on right hand side
approach, report runway 24 inside.
Clear Zulu 24 and we have the runway inside at Jan 580.
Okay, you can proceed visually, report on final.
Clear visual and we'll report on final at Jan 580 next.
Naya radar, very good day, GL 65 Romeo, and essence November Bravo 57, information gathered is on board, Airbus A321 Neo requesting a back clearance to row.
Jan 65 Romeo, roger, Delta is correct, clearance is coming via text, call me ready for push.
Cabin crew, take your seats.
Clearance via text, and we'll call you for push at GL 65 Romeo, thanks.
KLM 416, fly heading 360.
Landing 360, can inform 6.
Abel 40 Echo Romeo, descent 4,500 feet.
Descent 4,500 feet for Abel 40 Echo Romeo.
55 Papa Yankee, calls request backtrack runway 32.
Channel 55 Papa Yankee, taxi backtrack and line up runway 32.
Backtrack line up runway 32, Channel 55 Papa Yankee.
Gear down, flaps 15 please. It's gonna be early.
Gear down, flaps 15.
Gear down. Speed checked.
145 is our final
KLM 416, proceed
approach
direct
speed.
FVV.
Direct AVC, can inform 6.
Flaps 15 set.
Flaps 30.
Flaps 30.
Check speed.
AGN 580, clear to land runway 24, wind 250
Runway
degrees
side.
16 knots.
Flaps 30.
Clear to land runway 24 at Jan 580.
Itinerary Able 39 Echo Romeo is established on final course runway 16 and we have the runway inside.
Abel 39 Echo Romeo, clear to land runway 16, wind 140 degrees 9 knots.
Roger, clear to land runway 16 for Able 39 Echo Romeo.
Sky Travel 94 Michael, taxi holding point 16 via Alpha 3.
Taxi to holding point runway 16 via Alpha 3, Sky Travel 94 my Golf.
Flaps 40 set.
Translate.
Landing checklist.
Landing checklist.
Translate to 72 November, stand number 2.
Down, 3 green.
Flaps.
Multi green light.
40 green light.
Landing checklist completed.
Ryanair
Cleared.
Ryder 94 Hotel Golf, clear for takeoff runway 01. After departure, maintain runway heading, wind is calm.
Let's go, folks.
After departure, maintain runway heading,
Gent 1 Mike, radio check.
Gent 1 Mike, yes.
Disconnecting automatic side control.
Manual flight.
Allow 57, hello, check your microphone. Abel 40 Coroma speed 220 or less.
Speed 220 or less for Abel 40 Coroma.
1,000 feet. Stable.
Device 336 cleared via Alpha approach, report runway inside.
Cleared via Alpha, runway 33, will report runway inside to device 336.
Device 337 ready?
We are ready for departure, device 237.
Roger, line up runway 33, I'll call you in 20 seconds.
Lining up runway 33.
During now, full altitude to 7 heavy?
Allow 327 heavy, of course. I did you 5, stroke 0047.
0047 and CPDNC, I'll 27.
Thank you. Abel 40 Echo Romeo, direct Kilo Romeo 163.
500 feet.
Speed up disconnect.
Direct Kilo Romeo 163 for Abel 40 Echo Romeo.
Over the buildings.
Radar
300.
Easy 8191, clear to land runway 34, wind 270 degrees 4 knots.
Clearly M340.
200.
Gent 1 Mike, information Delta and Tango 4, A320, reversing type out to Scapus was held.
40. 30.
GN 21 Mike, clearance is coming now by a text, call me ready for startup.
Down.
Speed break up.
Roger.
Reversers normal.
Sky Travel 94 Mike Golf, ready for departure.
60 knots.
Checked.
Sky Travel 94 Mike Golf, Roger, line up runway 16.
Line up runway 16, Sky Travel 94 Mike Golf.
Backtrack
Abel
present.
39 Echo Romeo, backtrack at the end of the runway and exit by Alpha 1.
Backtrack at the end of runway and exit runway by Alpha 1 for Abel 39 Echo Romeo.
Advice 337.
There we go, folks.
Maintain a runway heading clear for takeoff runway 33. Wind
And that was the power of all of the flex box. We didn't even have to
After departure, maintain runway
activate
heading,
the reverse
and we are clear for takeoff.
There we go, folks.
Sonic 55 Papa Yankee, clear for takeoff runway 32, wind 300 degrees 13 knots.
The local
takeoff 32, Sonic 55 Papa Yankee.
47 p.m.
Ryder at 94 Hotel Golf, fly direct
with a
market.
temperature of around 22 degrees Celsius and no precipitation.
Qatari 8 Lima.
That Corfu is
Go ahead.
famous for its beautiful
Please do not send the CPDNC request on the ground, just PDC please.
We ask you to remain seated until we reach our final
Roger,
path.
Qatari 48 Lima, requesting hyper to Hamad International Airport. Information, Charlie on board.
Roger, Qatari 8 Lima, clearance is coming now via text, call me ready for push.
Thank you for flying with Abel Jets today. We hope you enjoy your time.
Abel 40 Echo Romeo, follow the RMP 16, report runway inside.
Follow RMP runway 16, report runway inside for Abel 40 Echo Romeo.
Seru cap approach siya, cap. Seru sumpah. Down we go.
Advice 337, climb flight level 360.
Flight path level 360, advice 337.
Athena Kalispera Viking 1143. We are at Lyon, requesting clearance to Copenhagen.
Hello Viking 1143, of course, clearance is coming via text, call me ready for push.
Viking 1143, thank you.
Edelweiss 337, proceed direct to waypoint marked. Ryanair 94 Hotel Golf, climb flight level 300.
There we go, folks. Finally. That was quite an interesting approach, wasn't it?
KLM 416 confirmed you can climb 340.
What's happened, service?
Roger, standby on KLM 416.
KLM 416, last landing was 330, sir.
Is someone on the road?
Alex 55 Papa Yankee, direct Mike Echo Sierra.
Mike Echo Sierra, 55 Papa Yankee.
Yeah, my question is if you can climb 340, sir.
340 for the KLM 416, that's right.
Okay, because you need to keep to maintain even flight level all the way.
Sorry, I see you now. It's a fault for me. Sorry for that.
No, it's not your fault.
On Mike stand Tango 4 on the
Abel 39 Echo Romeo, have you vacated?
If we are making it the runway for Abel 39 Echo Romeo.
Sky travel 94 Mike Golf, clear for takeoff 16, wind 140 degrees 90 knots.
Clear for takeoff runway 16, sky travel 94 Mike Golf.
Please call me passing 1000.
Call when passing 1000, sky travel 94 Mike Golf.
Abel 39 Echo Romeo, stand up with good day.
Start a choice for Abel 39 Echo Romeo. Thank you very much for the service. Have a great one.
Easy 8191, stand number 2, good day. John X55 Papa Yankee, climb 360.
5360 55 Papa Yankee. GN2 on Mike stand Tango 4 on directly ready for push and start.
Stand by 1, GN750 calling for push.
It's a GN21 Mike on Tango 4 at Irakli.
Yeah, I copied your request. Stand by 1, GN750.
You on the buses.
Go ahead.
Sure.
Give you also request push.
Hey, upper push.
Alright, push and start approved faces.
That's upper face means that GN750.
Gen 21 Mike, push and start approved, facing northwest on taxiway.
Can we clear your lights and doors?
Lights and
Yeah, stand by Gen 21 Mike, push and start approved, facing northwest on taxiway Foxtrot.
Not sure.
Facing northwest on Foxtrot, GN21 Mike.
Edelweiss 336, clear to land runway 33, wind 250 degrees 10 knots.
Clear to land runway 33, Edelweiss 336.
Abel 40, Echo Romeo, clear to land runway 16, wind 140 degrees 90 knots.
Slowly. Cabin crew disarm doors and slide speeds.
Copy the wind for Abel 40, Echo Romeo.
Sky
travel 94 Mike Golf, passing 1,500 feet.
Okay,
94
Captain.
Mike Golf,
All
Roger,
doors in
proceed
park.
direct
I
Garda.
will now make the announcement. to
Direct Garda,
passengers.
sky travel 94 Mike Golf.
Ryanair 94 Hotel Golf, climb flight level 320.
Oops.
Ryanair 94 Hotel Golf, climb 320.
N320 and minus for the Hotel Golf.
GN580
There we go.
for Juliet, stand number 3. Good day.
Juliet stand 3, GN580, thanks, great.
We are not at 3 minutes yet.
Not sure. Just wait.
Athena kallis peräs Kennedy Events
Into Seoul.
Stinga förkläras till Copenhagen via Hanel.
Candy 7776.
There we go, folks.
Coming out via
Bang
taxi,
on.
ready for push.
Roger, call it back 7776. ATM 65 Romeo, then number Bravo 57, with a big push back.
3 minutes.
GN65 Romeo, push and start the proof
sure.
faces.
Push back to cruise facing east.
We'll play spot Lalu first, shall we? Could be somewhere around there. Oh, he's still pretty far out. So you still have time to shut down the heat.
Romeo, ready to check. Radio 5.
Docks are set.
Hello, GN4, correction, Olympic 455, push and start the proof faces.
GN21 Mike, directly already for taxi.
GN21 Mike, taxi Foxtrot, right on Delta To holding point 27.
Yeah, let's wait spot, Lally.
Clear to cross runway 30.
Taxi, Foxtrot, right on
There he goes.
Holding point 27 and
No, that's not him.
cross runway 30.
That was him.
JN21 Mike.
He's lined up at the runway now.
GN750, taxi via.
Shutdown checklist, please.
Shutdown checklist.
Via hotel and Delta holding
Fuel
point
pumps
21
off.
left.
Probe heat, auto, hydraulic
Taxi,
panel
holding point
set.
21 left,
Flaps.
via hotel.
Up, no lights.
Parking brake,
Set.
engine start levers,
Got
Every 2 minor Romeo requesting clearance to Berlin.
off.
Eagle
Shutdown
Leopard.
checklist completed.
There goes Lalu.
Hello,
Little
Berlin
block
200
lead at the
Romeo,
stage.
Roger, clearance is coming by your text, call me ready for push.
Roger, clearance over text and the call route for Berlin 200 Romeo.
Ready for descent, lot 6711.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Corfu, Ioannis, Kapodistrias International Airport.
67, let me see, 6711, Roger, descent flight level 70.
Bound 70, lot 6711.
Athena radar, California, Marabu 3 November.
He's flying the Sunrise 1 livery now, did you visit me?
Now at flight level
See?
230 inbound Kika.
Model matching magic, that is.
3 November X-ray,
The magic of model matching.
16 and maintain present heading, vectors for RMP 16.
Expect the RMPA runway 16 and present heading and expecting vectors for the RMP 16 for Marabu 3 November X-ray.
Because this is very beautiful. This is a very beautiful livery, folks. The Sunrise 1 livery.
Passenger's bus is coming.
Over the city.
336, continue parking stand of your choice. Good day.
Stand of my choice, satellite statistics. Thank you very much.
Down it goes.
Good evening, this is Emirates 10, currently flying flight level 390.
Hello, Emirates 810 Heavy, fly direct Vanza.
No skier touchdown.
Thank you.
Northwest Manabu 3 November X-ray, squawk 7005.
7005 for Marabu 3 November X-ray.
Welcome to Corfu, Kaplalu.
GN 21 Mike, clear for takeoff runway 27, wind 350.
Jangan di-reply dulu, dirimu masih di ini frekuensi center.
27 and GN 21 Mike.
Abel 40 Echo Romeo, backtrack approved, vacate Alpha 1.
Backtrack approved, get Alpha 1 for Abel 40 Echo Romeo.
There it goes, folks. Alright, the boarding is still in process. We've got a push there. We're being connected to the aircraft. The OAT is actually the exact same value as the one in Lyon, which is 22 degrees centigrade. Let's see, what was our landing rate? Quite curious about that.
Guys, I need 30 seconds break. I'll call you back when I'm back on voice.
Good job there. What's his name? Dimitris. Thank you very much for your service there. Excellent ATC service. Folks, you're not going to believe this, but Wildlife Studios recorded our landing rate as minus 17 feet per minute, which is insane. Insanely smooth, folks. Perhaps this is the smoothest landing I've ever done in the PMDG 73.
Okay, good afternoon. It's Easy 6 Lyon Golf on frequency.
Easy 600 Romeo Golf, hello. Are you on the ground?
No, flight level 370, direct Easy.
Oh yeah, I just got you on my radar. Roger, proceed direct to Romeo Delta Sierra. Expect VR Zulu, runway 24.
Expect Romeo Delta Sierra and expect...
What a beautiful scenery, isn't it, folks?
Bonjour, runway 26.
Beautiful island of Corfu in the western side of Greece.
Athens radar, Scandinavian 2820. Go ahead. Scandinavian 2820 on the ground at the Lima Golf Sierra Alpha Stand 1, aircraft type Airbus A320neo, requesting IFR clearance to Copenhagen. Scandi 2820, roger, clearance via text, call me for push. Wilco, Scandinavian 2820.
Ready for taxi, Olympic 455.
Olympic 455, taxi via Yankee 2, left on Charlie, Delta 9 and Delta 2 on left.
Yankee 2 left on Charlie, Delta 9 and Delta 2 runway 2 on left, Olympic 455.
Abel 40, Echo Romeo, picketing Alpha 1.
Take a slowly picketing the runway.
Stand off your choice, good day.
Stand on my choice, Abel 40, Echo Romeo, and thank you sir, see ya.
Jan 2 on mic, climb flight level 180.
180, Jan 2 on mic.
Gimana Cam approach ya, terbang di atas rumah orang Cam?
I'm sorry, Jan 750, clear for takeoff 2 on left, wind 230 degrees 149.
Clear for takeoff 2 1 left, business. Mantap, mantap, mantap.
Viking 1143, request to push and stop 3.
Tadi nge-lag gak pas approach aku soalnya kayak 15 fps gitu di atas rumah-rumah.
Push start approach, taxi mic, face, ini the Viking 1143.
Sip lah, bagus.
Marabu, 3 November X-ray, expedite your descent A-Fable. Expediting descent.
Ini gak tahu ya aku doang atau kayaknya TC-nya Yunani itu logatnya mudah dipahami kalau dari perspektif orang Indonesia.
KLM 416, 122.8, enjoy your flight, see you next time.
Iya, logatnya mirip ATC Indo kan?
Ryanair 94 Hotel Golf, 122.8, good day.
I've just realized something quite unique here, folks. It sounds like that. I don't know if it's just me and Lalu, but the Greek ATC, they have the same accent as Indonesian ATC. That's why we didn't have any issues of comprehension or, you know, complying with instructions, because that's the exact same, almost exactly the same accent that we hear almost daily over Indonesia VACC's airspace restriction, shall I say?
Romeo is requesting taxi for departure.
The accent is almost exactly the same. And to be honest, this guy here, this center Athena radar, Dimitris, he's got a very, his accent is almost exactly the same. Oh, sorry, his voice is almost exactly the same as Johan Winarto from Indonesia VACC. So when the first time I, you know, tried to contact him, or I listened to his voice, I thought, this is Johan. I thought that was Johan. I thought that was Johan manning the frequency. It's they are very similar. Johan Winarto, that is. The ATC from Indonesia VACC, which was Surabaya radar actually in the previous live stream that we did from Penang to Surabaya.
Go ahead.
Monitor 122.8, please maintain flight level 340.
Pak, kamu sadar gak suara TC-nya mirip Johan anjir.
Above your aircraft.
Okay, roger that, Unicom 122.8 and maintain flight level 340 due to traffic above.
Iya gak sih, mirip Johan gak sih itu?
So see you next time, thank you, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bener juga, Airplane 29 Romeo rather represent.
Iya, jadi kayak Johan tapi rankingnya udah I1 gitu.
Contact with Charlie facing southeast.
Makanya tadi pas aku kontak kok pangling loh. Ini kok orang suaranya mirip banget sama Johan, apa jangan-jangan Johan ini?
639 Roger. Clearance is coming via text now.
Johan versi Yunani anjir, sama udah I1. Kalau Johan kayaknya masih S3 deh. S3 apa S2 gitu.
Roger, callsign only.
Parkiranmu kenapa?
Can you check your flight plan? I cannot see it in my list.
Dirimu pakai GSX itu enggak? GSX profile enggak? Soalnya aku pasang GSX profile sih buat bandara aja. Wow, ya perkara berarti.
Inbound Alpha Tango.
Saya pas banget di sini 7 itu nggak ada.
Hello Swiss 238, proceed direct Kumbi, maintain flight level 3.
Bahaya.
Direct Kumbi with 238 and maintain flight level 3.
Let's
That's radar scan event 2820. I'm sorry, but we don't have the seat out of 290 left, 290 right. We don't have any seats. Can you please give us vectors to scan event 2820? Of course, no problem, sir. Maintain runway heading and standby on stations. Marabu 3 November X-ray.
Tuh, suaranya kayak Johan anjir.
163, clear to follow the RMP approach.
Direct to Kilo Romeo 163 and clear for the RMP approach runway 16 for Marabu.
Bilang standby-nya tuh Johan banget.
Standby on stations.
He really sounds like Johan, man.
Right heading 340.
Right, 340.
Okay, region 21 Mike, proceed direct.
Johan Winarto, Mas Johan, kalau Mas Johan lagi lihat stream ini, mohon izin Mas, kayaknya kami nemu kembaran Anda.
Viking 1143, taxi.
Viking 1143, taxi Mike, right on Juliet, then November.
That's a beautiful looking terminal, so let's try head that way, I suppose.
Mike.
Just to see if it's got any interior. See the BS does have an interior.
163 overhead Dissor, flight level 370.
Speedbird 163 heavy, welcome, continuous PDLC.
Because our APU shutting down.
Scan 7776, ready for taxi.
Pulaunya bagus banget, Cap, sumpah. Itu pemandangannya, coba kamu lihat di ujung runway sana tuh.
C21 in front of you, Mike, left on Juliet, November to holding point Alpha, runway 29 right.
Following the Airbus holding point Alpha, runway 29 right.
They can stay in the terminal interior.
Olympic 455, clear for takeoff, 2 on left, wind 230 degrees, 14 knots.
Berarti kalau approach dari 16 kita dapat apa, terbang di atas rumah-rumah orang. Kalau dari 34R nanti terbang di antara tebing-tebing gitu.
Scan event 2820 requesting push and start.
Keren.
2820, startup is approaching.
Take your solo, 739er.
Actually negative, we
started with 739 as well.
Scan event 2820. Great.
See, he really sounds like Johan, man. Goodness me, it doesn't sound like Johan. It doesn't sound like Johan, folks.
Hello, Smart Link 09, of course. Set scope 6625.
Ada lapangan bola.
Lapangan bola.
Ya, persis di utara kiri kita. Utara.
Ketarik 5 second.
Pesawat kita sebelah kiri.
Hidung pesawat kita arah kiri ya. Coba aku arahin kamera ke sana.
Ketarik 5 push and start approve facing.
Lalu just said this airport has its own football field. It appears to be. And we're now trying to move the camera there.
Now, Shalom, Israel 562 at gate SNC Bravo 15 with information echo request clearance to David.
Hello, Israel 562, clearance is coming now via text, call me ready for push.
Copy that.
Oh iya, jir, ada satu lapangan bola sama satu lapangan basket ya?
Ya, ada 3 lapangan basketnya.
Oh iya, ada lagi anjir. Terus di belakangnya lagi ada ini apa? Saraga. Ada track atletnya Saraga tuh di belakangnya.
Olympic 455, climb flight level 240.
240, Olympic 455.
Minus kolam renangnya aja kayaknya.
6711 via Rodos VOR, clear to follow the VOR Zulu approach. Descend by the procedure, please.
Descend via procedure, VOR Zulu to for lot 6711.
Ada satu lagi tuh yang approach tuh, Mike Bravo Uniform 3 X-ray Marabu Air.
29 Romeo requesting taxi. Airplane 29 Romeo taxi holding point 28 via Charlie Foxtrot.
Siapa tahu mau di bright spot gitu.
Taxi runway 28 via Charlie and Fox.
Such a beautiful looking scenery this Fox.
Airplane 28 requesting taxi. Sorry, station for
Kenapa Cap tadi suaranya tabrakan sama center?
Scandinavian 2820.
Kapal ferinya juga
Scandinavian 2820, taxi Mike, Juliet November.
Iya, ada kapal ininya kan, kapal pesiar kayaknya ya.
Taxi Mike, Juliet November, holding point Alpha Romeo to the right, Scandinavian 2820. Olympic 455.
Terus kalau kamu arahin kamera ke tengah kota, aku lihat ada menara itu anjir, kayak menara gereja yang ada belnya di dalam gitu.
India 750. Thank you.
Ini sama developernya kotanya soalnya ikut dibuat anjir, gak cuma bandaranya.
Take over runway 2 on the right, wind 280 degrees 14 knots.
Gak salah, bahaya.
1143.
Condor 2 Victor Tango, stand 7 at Heraklion, request startup please.
Condor 7 Victor Tango, startup is approved.
Ini dekat sini ada
Startup approved, Condor 2 Victor Tango, thank you.
Dekat sini ada apa Cap? Sorry.
Bangunan bulat nih.
Roger, clear since coming via text that
bangunan bulat di mana ya?
Break, Aegean 65 Romeo, climb flight level 220.
Coba dari atas lapangan bola ke kiri lagi, ada kayak bulat.
Di atas lapangan bola ada bulat. Bangunan bulat ya?
Direct Yan, Olympic 455.
Di atas lapangan bola ada bangunan bulat.
Cockpit for 5 minutes.
Enggak, lo atas lapangan bola terus geser ke kiri.
Lapangan bola geser ke kiri.
649 ready for startup.
Take off. Guys,
mana ya?
Stop reporting. I can see you and when I'm available.
Oh, di kejauhan itu ya, kayak ini ya, kayak kubah gitu ya.
Line up to nana right and wait.
Ya.
Benteng kah?
Berlin to nana Romeo, clear for takeoff 28 wind 160 degrees 7 knots.
Wih, ini bangunan apa anjir, benteng kah ceritanya?
Marabu 3 November X-ray clear to land runway 16 wind 130 degrees 9 knots.
Please land runway 16 for Marabu 3 November X-ray.
And they goes to the other aircraft that's going to land at Corfu from Hamburg, it appears to be. Yap, coba kamu lihat, arahin kameranya ke parking stand yang di seberang runway itu, ada Antonov 2 parkir aja itu. Beneran kapal paling karam di alam semesta itu.
Fasa 2 Whiskey Lima, hello.
Walker 666, go ahead.
Descend 5000 QNH 1019.
Tulis aja EMSR itu loh. Di seberang kita tuh. Itu kapal gak ada stall speednya anjir.
Aegean 65 Romeo direct Picard.
Nah itu coba kamu belajar Antonov 2 Cap, habis itu ajarin aku.
Saya direct to Picard for Aegean 65 Romeo.
Aegean 639 startup is approved.
Yang mana ya, yang tandem?
Iya, yang biplane itu di sebelah runway kita.
Viking 1143, climb flight level 340.
Climb level 340, Viking 1143.
Kalau kamu coba lihat di livestream tuh kan kelihatan pesawatnya.
Scandinavian 7776, clear for takeoff 29 right, wind 280 degrees 7 knots.
F-AJVA explains what the other aircraft is going to land. Another 737, it appears to be.
Kelihatan.
Lima, ready for taxi.
There we go. Oh no, that's a building. That's not the 73. Oh, he's on short final, it appears to be. Set
Juliet
VATSIM radar.
Delta hold the point 2
Pistonnya masih pakai piston yang radial itu.
Iya anjir, kayaknya masih piston radial.
Olympic 455, climb flight level 300.
300 in the Olympic 455.
Ada kok kayaknya di MSFS itu, Antonov 2.
280.
Right, good afternoon. Speedbird 263, follow 390.
Where's that
Speedbird
73?
263, hello. Proceed direct Vanza.
Direct Vanza, Speedbird 263.
Consume, yeah.
Athena California, Aegean 624, flight level 300, bound on money.
Aegean 624, Yasa Skok 7447.
Still on shore.
7447, Aegean 624.
Berlin 29 Romeo, climb flight level 260.
Climb level 260, airplane 291.
Interesting.
Scandinavian 2820, line up and wait, runway 29 right.
Runway 29 right.
On the other hand, Foxy, in case that you are leaving us this evening now, please don't forget to hit the like button.
Direct Demis.
Share your thoughts down beneath in the live chat and perhaps in the comment section as well once this live stream has ended. And also share this video or this live stream with your friends and colleagues in case that you wanted to share our adventures together. And there goes the 7-3 on final.
Sky Travel 94,
An A320. I thought it was a 7-3. There we go.
Runway 33 at Santorini.
On the other hand, folks, in case that you haven't done so, or wishes to speed up, there we go. In case that you haven't done so, please kindly subscribe to the Abel Jets Virtual Group YouTube channel for free. Don't forget to hit the bell button just right next to the subscribe button so you will not miss any future contents that we will make. Smuggling small, huh? I think that's Follow T or something? No, that's something else. Not familiar with the airline there. Ini airline apa Cap? Landing cap aku gak familiar ya. 5.000 ke 5.000 aja.
637, can you send your flight plan please?
Nggak tahu, dia aku ping warnanya.
Bonjour 637.
Scandinavian 2820, clear for takeoff 29 right, wind 280 degrees, 14 knots.
Aku belum lengkap.
Just take off 29 right, Scandinavian 2820.
Marabu tulisannya kalau di tempatku.
Okay, thank you. Aegean 750, climb 360.
Yeah, folks, continuing the PA there. In case that you haven't done so, please kindly subscribe to the Abel Jets Virtual Group YouTube channel for free and hit the bell button just right next to the subscribe button so you'll not miss any future contents that we will make, which will also greatly help with... Sorry? Kenapa Cap, sorry?
Condor 2 Victor Tango, request taxi at Heraklion, please.
Airline dari Estonia.
Yes sir, just give me 1 second. Scandinavian 7776, direct Demis.
Direct Demis, Bandit 776.
Bentar Cap, aku matiin center dulu Cap biar gak berisik.
Let me see, Condor 2 Victor Tango.
Tadi kenapa Cap? Spotter?
Katanya Marabu Airlines itu maskapai dari punyanya Estonia, headquarternya di Hamburg, operation base-nya di Hamburg sama Munich.
Punya Estonia tapi base-nya di Hamburg, berarti di Jerman.
Tidak tahu, di sini dia bilang Estonian Leisure Airlines headquarter in Tallinn sih, tapi operation base-nya di Hamburg.
Oh, kantornya di Tallinn. Tallinn itu ibu kotanya Estonia, saya ingatku. Tapi Hamburg kan di Jerman ya. Kan kita habis dari sana kemarin.
Iya sih.
Alright folks, continue with the PA. So yeah, in case that you subscribe to the Abel Jets Virtual Group YouTube channel, it will also greatly help us in growing our channel as well as the community that supports it.
Ini suara anginnya juga kayak real banget.
Iya kah? We'll also build the community that supports it, which is always which is a win-win scenario. Cakep. Ini Tui dari kanan, dari tadi di kanan aku nggak berangkat ini. Kelihatan kan ada Tui di kanan tuh. Apa Tui 737-800 kayaknya.
Dia aku jadi Delta.
Delta?
Ya namanya juga aku udah download itu livery udah 3 hari lama banget kelar.
Bahaya. Tui dia, kalau di VATSIM radar tulisannya Tui sih. Model matchingku yang bener berarti Tui juga soalnya. Pakai itu aja Cap, FSLTL atau AIG. Kalau FSLTL kan gampang tuh, tinggal download base model terus ntar masukin VMR.
Aku sih pakai AIG sekarang rencananya, tapi kayak lama banget downloadnya karena harus dikonfirm satu-satu. Kadang nggak mau download otomatis gitu.
Nah ya itu malesinya AIG itu sih, dia harus satu-satu downloadnya, terus kadang ada livery yang harus manual downloadnya kan, nggak bisa langsung otomatis dari servernya.
Ya itu bener itu. Itu yang bikin lama udah ya 2 hari sih, nggak ya kelar-kelar.
Terus kadang ada livery yang pas websitenya diklik itu nggak kebuka, dia kayak mati linknya kan. Biasanya pesawat-pesawat Rusia tuh.
Bener.
Itu sih malesinnya AIG, tapi kalau bisa dipasang enaknya liverynya jauh lebih banyak daripada ini, daripada apa nih? FSLTL.
Iya sih. Sekarang udah nyampe alfabet N. Nah, besok aku terusin lagi sampai apa mungkin.
Anjir, alfabet N bisa sampai Z diselesain. Ini di kanan ada kondor nih sekarang. Tempatmu model metriknya bener nggak? Kondor juga nggak? Di tempatku keluarnya kondor.
Bener kondor, tapi warnanya kayak belang-belang hijau putih itu.
Oh, udah yang livery baru berarti. Tempatku masih livery lama soalnya, masih yang gambar burung, belum yang kayak ular itu.
Nah, yang baru landing ini nggak ada livery, pink dia.
Wah ya. Sumpah ini namanya Marabu loh, aku nggak pernah denger loh. Kayak asing banget namanya. Kan kayak kalau Tui, Condor, Ryanair, EasyJet udah biasa lah. Ini Marabu apaan anjir? Alright folks, I think we can conclude this evening live stream. Can't wait.
Tekstur bandaranya solid loh, nggak bisa tembus.
Apanya yang nggak bisa ditembus?
Tekstur bandaranya solid, nggak bisa tembus kayak yang biasa-biasanya.
Oh, bangunan terminal maksudnya?
Iya, bener.
Masa sih aku tadi bisa masuk ke dalam terminal tuh? Ada interiornya juga?
Oh, bisa kalau dari samping, tapi kalau langsung atap ke bawah tuh nggak bisa.
Oh, mesti ada ininya, collision modelnya gitu, biar kameranya nggak bisa nembus.
Easy 69 Romeo Golf, descent flight level 70.
Alright folks, with that I think we can conclude this evening's live stream. Sorry for the a bit of the chatterbox there, a bit of me rambling with Lalu. Alright, let's do the usual administrative stuff before we terminate this session. Firstly, I would like to deliver my gratitude to Dimitris Tistis from VATSIM Greece, or is it the Greek VACC? Who manned the Athena radar position. Gak kuat. Kuat sih, cuma udah malas aja sih lebih tepatnya.
Easy 637 right heading 010.
So yeah, thank you very much to Dimitri Tistis for the excellent ATC service through Athena radar there. I would also like to deliver my gratitude as always to Lalu, who is quite literally the most consistent man I've ever met, for accompanying me in the script flights. I wish you guys all the best of health there, Lalu, Dimitri.
India Tango, F8 Lima.
Before we end this evening's live stream, folks, I would also like to thank you. Sorry, I would also like to thank everyone who's been watching this live stream from the beginning to the end.
2 Mike, go ahead.
Thank you very much for watching. I wish you all the best of health and yeah, quite literally all the best for everything. Stay tuned in the Abel Jets Virtual Group YouTube channel for our future contents to get for our future contents. I'm not sure where and when we will fly on the next one in this YouTube channel, but just stay tuned. I'll usually post the live stream announcements like a day in advance if I remember, usually. Or if I don't, it's usually like just several hours prior to the start of live stream.
Wind 340 degrees 5.
Right folks, with that, this is Racing Falcon from Abel Jets Virtual Group setting out. Thank you for keeping our dreams alive. Stay safe wherever you are around the world. Thank you for keeping our dreams alive, and we shall see you in the skies. Until next time, bye bye and take care.
Condor 2 Victor Tango, proceed direct dim east.
Condor 2
It all started with a dream to connect the world, bring people closer together, as well as to diversify and unite the virtual skies. The day dawned crisp and clear at Honolulu International Airport. A maiden flight was going to take action.
Honolulu delivery, Abel 100 at scenic 01, with information Alpha requesting IFR clearance to Hilo. Abel 100, Honolulu delivery. You are clear to Hilo via Pale 3 departure, runway 04 left, squawk 1112.
Hilo ground, Abel Link 221, ready to taxi.
Abel Link 221, taxi link point runway 26 via Echo Alpha.
Taxi to link point runway 26 via Echo Alpha, Abel Link 221.
Abel 100, wind 22 degrees at 5 knots, runway 26 right, cleared for takeoff. Cleared for takeoff, runway 26 right, Abel 100.
Our founders have their legacy etched upon the horizon. Gaining wisdom from the past, it was then time for the next generations to put their own footprints and leave their legacy in the virtual skies. A new era was about to begin.
from all of us in flight simulation communities.
We are wishing Abel Jets Group
Happy 10th anniversary.
Happy 10th anniversary.
Thank you for keeping our dreams aloft. Here's to another 10 years of making progress to connect the world. To the skies, stars, and what lie above all of them. Our real journey has just begun.